Good afternoon, and welcome back to Love and Hope Can LLC. Wanted to just come on just to remind parents and caregivers that school has started officially for the public schools. Um, and I just wanted to remind uh, the community that it takes a village to help. I know I was reading where there's approximately 2,300 kids missing every day. And a lot of times you don't that once you send your child out to the bus stop on his or her own, or maybe with a friend, that child is safe. I mentioned to some parents a while back that simply because you send them out you know, and you think that they're in a good way, you're sending your kids out approximately 6:30 in the morning where it's still dark and it's getting dark as the fall approaches. And I just wanted to remind parents and caregivers, grandmothers, that it is the responsibility of you to make sure that your child arrives to school safely. And that means maybe walking that child to the bus stop or having an older child help escort that child to the bus stop. And if you're able to drive the child to the bus stop or to school, make sure you do so. And the reminder is simply to be safe. That's it. It's just simply to be safe and to make sure that your child, your grandchild, your nephew, niece arrive safely. Because guess what? There's so many abductions, there's so many situations that can happen between your front door and to the school. And if you eliminate some of the negative possibilities, that is the best outcome possible, right? And so I want you to also, if you can remember, is to speak to your child. Speak to your child about safety. Understand what it is not to approach a stranger, even if they know their mother, their father's name, brothers or sister's name. You ask that they stay on the right path. They speak to another adult if they feel like they are in danger, someone is following them, what to do and what not to do. Um, Not to talk to strangers. That stuff is still alive. It should be still alive, even though we're in the year 2022. It's even more it's even more of a situation now because people are watching out for your kids more than you're probably watching out for your kids in some cases. So I'm just simply here to remind all of those who are caring for children as getting the kids up and ready to go out in for the school day, for the school day, that you remind them, you tell them that you love them and that you want to see them come back from school. Don't go anywhere that they're not supposed to go to. Just give the child some instructions. Don't assume that the child has and can make the right decision. Talk to them about peer pressure. Talk to them why it's important for them to be able to make the right decision if you're not there. If someone approaches you, what to do. Just start screaming, just start acting crazy, just run, do what you have to do. Um, Teach your child how to protect him or herself. You understand? Because, like I said, as a reminder, there's approximately, and this is just approximately, 230, 200, 2,300 abductions a day. Now, that's not including the child that runs away, but it most certainly can, in the case that they run away and get abducted. And guess what? Sex trafficking. Most of these kids are being abducted because of sex trafficking. Okay. And in some cases, organ harvesting. It's real. It's real out here. We're in the year 2022 and people simply are not caring as much as they should about the neighborhood, about the children. And so I'm asking and pleading to the village in which you live in to watch out. As I grew up, we had people that stood on the porch, that was actually nosy, didn't care if they was in your business, and they would talk to other neighbors, they knew each other, and as I hear certain reports of especially that family. I believe it was in, if I'm not mistaken, in a suburb of Atlanta, somewhere in Atlanta, where these kids was left alone for a little bit over a year with their dead siblings' corpse in the one room, nothing but skeletal remains when they found, and one of the kids finally went out and got some help. The mother and the boyfriend who abused the kids and everything. Actually, the mother's boyfriend killed their sibling, and they were stuck in this house, and no one, not even the people that was managing the property, checked on these children. And then the neighbors, they would go, the kids would go and ask for certain things from the neighbors, and the neighbors said they never suspected. That's because everybody is minding their business. But yet you have kids that was living in squalor and in filth in the apartment next door to you, or on the same level as you. You know, I'm not saying going out being no snitches, but make sure that you keep eyes and that you ask the children how are they doing and be able to read telltale signs of abuse. You guys, this is just a simply reminder that it takes a village to help out. If there's a single mom, if there's a single dad, and you know they don't get home, maybe you as a neighbor can say, hey, I'll keep the kids until you get back. And maybe if there's a cost associated with it, work it out with the parent and say, hey, I'll do this free of charge. Just bring the kids some snacks and bring some snacks over, and I'll keep them, make sure that they do their homework. It takes a village to help out, especially if you've seen struggle, if you see parents struggling to make it. What harm is it to be able to help reach out and touch and touch in a good way children who need the support to be able to say, hey, I can depend on Miss Thomas over here. I can depend on Miss Baker over here. And when they grow up and say, you know what, Miss Thomas was on my case. She knew I wasn't doing right. I was out here and, she kept talking about me doing the right thing when my mother and father was probably at work. I'm just here simply reminding you that it takes a village to help out. And especially in the morning as it gets dark, and these white vans and these cars and these people that are out to hurt your children and to snatch your children. And I'm not saying in all cases, but in the cases where they have been watching, especially in the Walmart parking lots, they're watching and they're putting little things on doorknobs and rags and things. As soon as you touch it and touch your face, you knocked out, or they put it on these zip ties now to let you know that this is a marker that this is the person that we want to snatch. I just saw something on Instagram about that. So I'm just simply reminding you to be safe. Make sure your children are safe as much as you can. Reach out to your neighbors, get to know your neighbors. Don't just say, hey, knock on the door and just hand your child over. I'm saying actually spend some quality time. Get to know your neighbors first and last name. Get to know their habits. You understand, in a good way. So with that being said, everyone, I wish you a happy 2022, 2023 school years. And I ask that, just keep an eye out for those who can't keep eyes on their own children. Okay. With that being said, I hope this message helps. I hope it's a reminder to those of you that need to step your game up. Um, and with that being said, peace and blessings always. And as you go into this weekend, have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.